Hi, welcome to ruralvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and I'm in Botanic Gardens. See if I can fix the camera a little bit here. With San Diego Botanic Gardens, I was just reading an article last night. This garden was voted um, one of the 10 best gardens in North America to travel to and visit as like a theme park kind of visitation. So they get a lot of people, especially Europeans and Canadians, that come in and look at this park. So behind me is the banana plantation or banana. Let's see if I can find some bananas. Here's some bananas. Got I don't know 100 different kinds of bananas growing here. So this is near my house. It's just kind of fun. And internet at my new house isn't working so well, so I need an alternate location to do this. And I just wanted to do this, keep it consistent live videos every Monday morning at 9 a.m. and give land away. So I've got some paper in my pocket. I can write things down and as I'm getting my new studio set up to make more videos. Um, so today I wanted to talk about 80/20 in land. That was what I titled this video. And 80/20, I've talked about 80/20 in the past, and I think a garden is very fitting for 80/20 because the 80/20 principle, the 80/20 concept, comes from this old Italian guy in like 17, maybe in 1600s. I don't know, a long time ago. Pareto. It's called the Pareto's principle, and the guy's name was Pareto. I don't know, Alfred Pareto maybe. I don't know his first name, but Pareto is his last name. And he grew peas. And he grew lots of stuff in his garden, but the peas, I don't know, snap peas, sweet peas, whatever, some kind of peas. He would look at the peas and he figured out that the peas are 80% of the peas come from 20% of the pods. And he did all kinds of meticulous calculations and studying that garden and figuring out, the statistics of where the fruits and vegetables are coming from. And it held true in all kinds of plants and animals and things. The top 20% produces 80% of the goods. And I studied that in business school and I studied that in lots of different things along the way, but I never really applied it to life and to business and anything until I was in the brokerage business. And in the brokerage business, I had like 1,500 clients, right? And it's just referral on referral. People say, hey, it's a good stockbroker, use this guy. And I'm like, I'm not turning down money. Answer the phone. People want to send money. I'm like, yeah, sure, sure, sure. And I keep track of them. I know their names. I know their kids' names. I know what their financial goals are. I know what stocks are in their accounts. Like without even pulling up their account, I'm talking to them on the phone when they call in, and I know what's going on in their account, what their strategies are, and what we're doing. But 1,500 is just too much, and so I started studying that Pareto principle on those accounts. 80% of the results come from 20% of the accounts. I'm not just talking about commissions. I'm talking about returns. And it was the people that would say yes, the people that would listen to the ideas, that would listen to the strategies and implement them, and not say, well, I'm a contrarian at heart and I'm talking to you as a contrarian stockbroker. I'm going to do the opposite. It's like I wasn't a mainstream stockbroker, right? I did the opposite of what everyone else likes. Blood in the street, that's when you go buy. Nobody thinks that's good stuff. Go buy that. Detroit crashes, crashes, crashes. The houses are made of brick, oak floors, solid plumbing, everything's cool. The rent pays for the house in 6, 8 months. Nobody wants them. The numbers make sense. Go buy it. I was buying, 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 right? That kind of contrarian idea played through into that 80/20 rule. Those people that would follow along and do it, they made the most money and their accounts grew the fastest. And because they grew, the way the commission base was set up was when the accounts made money, the broker made money. And I was the broker and I made money off of them making money. So I really, really, really wanted them to make a lot of money. And the best way to get rich is to help rich people get richer, right? And so those best clients, their highest compliment would be to recommend their richest friend to come do business with me. And over time, business would grow and it would grow and it would grow. But back to the 80/20 was I have all these other people I have to take care of and manage and keep happy and do everything for. Someone's always dying. Someone always needs something changed or get new kids, new, corporate structure, not the corporate structure, their family structure is changing. I got to change the accounts around, change the titles, lots of paperwork, change. When we're trying to move the accounts forward and I want to make trades and I want to implement investment strategies, a lot of paperwork catches up. And so back to the 80/20, that top 20% of the business makes 80% of the money. Same thing holds true, the number of calls, the number of time, and the revenues off of it. So the last couple days, Dan Pocky, I just saw him go by in the comments. We went fishing together. Great guy, really smart guy. And he was telling me about using 80/20 in previous businesses of his. Hopefully, he doesn't mind if I share a little bit. But he would buy um, landscaping businesses and he would study, he would use Gantt charts and use software and stuff and really study which clients he's making money off of or the business is making money off of and which ones are taking too much time compared to the amount of money that's being made. And same thing would hold true, 80/20. He would just look at the best, 20% of the clients, sell, give away, whatever, get rid of the other 80%, and then focus in on that best 20. And so we were fishing. We went fishing with a couple other land guys over the last couple days. I love fishing, if you guys haven't noticed. And we kept coming back to that same concept, 80/20 in business, in fishing. I mean, it's with bait, with location, with all kinds of things. 80/20 keeps shining through with life and food and you name it, whatever. Let's do a little tour of this garden while we're here. There's a lot of beautiful stuff around, not just bananas. Like, look at this white saute. This would be a fun tree to make some furniture out of. I'm gonna keep walking. It just goes on and on. Here's some mandarins. But so 820 Pareto principle came out of a garden. We're walking through a garden. The best stuff, the most profitable stuff, most all the money, most all the produce that comes from your efforts comes from that top 20% of the efforts of the business, of the deals, of the land deals, of the properties, of the splits, of the buys, whatever it is. And having the heart, having the nerve, having the courage to get rid of that other 80%, focusing on that top 20% is huge. It took me years to do that in the brokerage business. When I started doing that in the brokerage business, I think these are guava trees up here. These are fun. When I started doing that in the brokerage business, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take over my time. I'm going to get my time back. They're not fruiting right now. But I would do it. And um, would do that and do that and do that. I'm thinking I'm going to get my time back. But you know what would happen? Is I would end up spending more time on that top 20%, the top 20% of clients that paid the most commissions, that made the most money. They were able to pay bigger commissions because it made them so much more money. Their money, shouldn't say me, their money placed properly made them more money. And them making more money allowed them to pay more commissions and allowed my business to grow. And that was a beautiful thing. In finance, it really shines through. 80/20 principle, gardening, yeah, but finance, holy cow, you can really count it and you can measure it so much easier than gardening. Let's see what this is. Look at this pineapple guava. I don't know if you can read it, but they got little plaques on all these trees. Pineapple guava. I love studying what kind of trees grow in this area because just bought this new property. We just cut down a whole bunch of avocado trees because they're poisonous for the horses, and I get to replace them with something else. So this is kind of like tree shopping for me. I think this is a mango. You guys look at that. It's not fruiting, but it's flowering. I think that's a mango. Look at this. Here's a papaya. Beautiful. I love papaya. You guys don't ever eat papaya. That's a fun one. They're really easy to grow if you have the right weather. Um, and they produce and produce and produce. But I bet you if you planted 10 of these trees, two of them would produce 80% of the fruit. And that's the concept I'm trying to get at. And in gardening, you plant a whole bunch of stuff and see what doesn't work out. Till that under, cut it up, feed it to the animals, whatever. Plant some more, and just keep going with the best of the best, and that shines through over time. So back to land and this new year, and talking about bigger deals. Here's some more papaya. This one, put that over my head. Um, I want to do that with land deals, and so that means goodbye Arkansas, goodbye a lot of these different ones, different smaller properties. We got half dozen awesome guys on the website selling properties every day. day after day. They're bringing out these $500 properties, $1,000 properties, $2,000 properties that you can pick through. You can get with a credit card. You don't have to do any crazy paperwork. You can just check out online and you can start using the property the same day. You can roll up with an RV in a lot of those properties. You can build spaceships or dome homes or you name it kinds of homes and lots of those properties on ruralvacantland.com. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I've learned paperwork and I've learned strategy. I've learned a lot of it. And I think that's been my sandbox building and learning. And into this new year, just looking at this garden and thinking about the 80-20 principle. And over the last couple of days, fishing with a couple of land guys like Dan who's on this call. I want to do more of that. And to me, it's properties with bigger margins, bigger money, bigger, make it more worth it per trade. Mammy sapote. I've never heard of that tree. I don't even know what it grows. I think it's a little fruit, little berry kind of fruit, but it's in the middle of the winter. So that's the idea. That's the 80-20 principle. I've harped on this principle numerous times in different regards, and I just believe in it a lot. Or Angelo, look at this one. See if I can get that on the screen. Orange grapefruit cross. Let's take a look at that tree. It's got some fruit on it in the middle of the winter. It's more sapote. So here's a sapote with fruit. See if any of them are on the ground. Uh, someone picked them. Someone picked all the lower ones. I can't get them on camera. Well, this is just small banana. It's not off the tree. Yeah, sometimes you see people here in the garden just picking stuff and eating it, and you're not really supposed to, but a lot of people steal the stuff. Here's some banana. Look at the size of these ones. I know. I always like bananas. There's so many different kinds of bananas than the ones that just come in the store. They don't ship as well, but boy, some of them taste really good. Some of them taste a lot better. And yeah. So a couple guys saying, "Good afternoon, beautiful garden." Thanks. I wish I had a garden like this, but this isn't my garden. Maybe I can do. So there's waterfalls and there's desert landscapes and there's like fish ponds and there's bamboo is really close. I can get to the bamboo pretty quick through here. If you guys bear with me. I think that might be turmeric. I like the bamboo stuff. The bamboo's fun. You have a whole bunch of different kinds of bamboo. I don't really want to plant bamboo in my yard because it takes off. But it's fun to see other bamboo forests. Like, look at some of these bamboos. Some yellow ones. This is like nice yellow stripy ones. Good color coming through there. Yeah, so maybe if you guys got questions, if you got questions about land questions, you could stick them through the comments. I'll try to answer questions or get back to you if I don't know the answers. And here's some broomiads. I always like these things. My son loves these things. Go to the Home Depot or the store or something. My 5-year-old always likes to buy those. Look at that clump of bamboo. Lots of different kinds of bamboo. Panda bear's dream. Yeah, so here's a little pond. We're early enough in the morning, so there's hardly anyone here at the garden. I can walk around comfortably. I'm not really huge at walking around with the camera in my face with a bunch of people yet. Some nice color. I mean, it's talk louder. Oh, sorry. I'll try to talk louder. I meant to bring a different mic, and I middle of doing too many things. The turtle in the summer, this is going off of like lotus and lily pads and all kinds of things. That's fun to see too. I don't know if the background noise start killing it. They put different people's art in the garden and they sell art. And it's just a huge collection of plants. And so that article I was reading last night by the Botanic Journal or whatever, about this garden being one of the top 10 in North America. They named the other ones. It was like Penn Gardens, and there's 2 of them in Mexico. That big one in Vancouver, there's a big one in Nova Scotia, and then like most of the East Coast. This is like the only West Coast southwestern. Tucson had one. It's one in Tucson, and then this one. But most of them were like big name. Of course, you know them. Gardens, New York. All kinds of stature. Some more striped bamboo. I like that. Okay, so I'll stop yakking on and showing plants because it's just one of my passions, and talk about land. Let's see if I missed any comments. But I think you guys get the. Here's a good comment. What location can you camp, RV, full time? Thanks, not parklands, my own land. Yeah, so camp full time. Um, there's numerous properties in Cochise County on the website right now, ruralvacantland.com. I think a lot of the bigger ones, I was just looking a couple days ago, a lot of the bigger ones seem to be bought out, but there's some smaller ones that you can still do that on. They have like a $25 RV permit. So you got to go online and fill out the permit thing for 25 bucks and you can go do it there. I think you get 3 years you can do it before you're supposed to have a plan or some kind. Another one is Apache County. Apache County, they've got stated regulations, but I don't think I've sold hundreds of properties there. No one's ever come back to me and said, "Hey, you said I could camp there," and they won't let me. What usually happens is they buy another property or two, and because it's great land and everything, but it gets kind of boring sometimes, and they want something way up north or up in the mountains or down more desert or something different. Here's some funky art. So look at Apache County. We usually have some in Apache County on the website. I think there's a bunch of 40s in there and some 5s that are up on the website right now. Um, Navajo County next to it, we got a bunch of different properties in Navajo County, different sizes. They're they let you do 2.5 months without having a plan or doing anything like septic system or so it's nice to have a couple properties like that. Like if you get one in Navajo, get one in Cochise, these are all Arizona, right? But I mean, you can get different ones around the country and move from season to season. It's fun too. I mean, there's really cheap properties, a couple $1,000 a piece. It's cheaper than staying at campgrounds, and it's your land. So I'm saying choppy. I can't hear. See if I get a better signal somewhere else. Um, I should have used a better microphone. I'll try to up my game on electronics. I'm kind of in between studios right now. Here's some more funky bamboo. Oh, I love this fig tree. They have these massive figs, plate figs. See if I can show you some of these. It's winter, they're not fully grown. They still got some big ones. Look at the size of these figs. That's a fig. Some big figs. Just a fun fig tree with these massive leaves. Um, yeah, so sorry about the quality. But just trying a different format while I'm in between studios. So I want to build a new studio, and I'm thinking a new studio I might do like a green screen one direction and then like a vista out the back different directions, so I could like turn it one way or the other with the cameras and make more videos about specific properties because I haven't been making many videos about specific properties. So that's the idea. So Echo Screen is saying, "What the F is going on?" Yeah. So I'm at the garden and I'm talking about Pareto's Principle 80/20, which was brought out of a garden setting. Not this garden, but one like it in Italy, where the guy was measuring the produce of his garden and the peas in the pea pods, 80% of the peas came from 20% of the pods. And he started taking that concept and applying it to all kinds of things, not just garden, but finance and life and world. How many girls you have to kiss to get the one that sticks, right? It's just that top one, that top piece. The rest of them are kind of noise and just something to avoid. That's the principle. And it's a new year, and I want to do that more with land. So a lot of these land deals are a crazy amount of paperwork and not much of any money. And I want to up the game a bit and take on a bunch more of them. And I want to have the other half dozen, or not, dozen guys on the website that fill in behind me with all the smaller dollar ones that I've been selling over the last couple years, and let them take off with them. And check out these lemons, pink lemonade lemon. pink lemonade lemon. I just want to take a bite of one of those and see what it tastes like. Um, Mexican limes. Here's some pomegranates. Got a bunch of pomegranates. New property too. Clean them up. Bunch more figs. I don't know what these are. Oh, jujubes. Let's see if I can show you some jujubes. These are dried up. They probably still taste good though. Get the sun to work. Not supposed to pick them. Usually like a bright red in the fall. Um, yeah, so someone just put the Pareto principle. Pareto principle. Italian pea farmer. Exactly. Here's someone's got it pulled up on Wikipedia. So there's a comment going by with a link to Wikipedia from Land Pocket. Thanks, guys. And so I want to take that principle we're talking about a bunch last couple days fishing with some of the land guys and implement that into land a lot more. And so I think I'm going to cut this call off. I'm going to give away some land like usual every Monday. I got to catch up on paperwork on other land that I've given away. And too many things going on the screen. And a lot of things like that. And so I got a lot of paperwork and stuff to do today. And there we go. So someone say, when are you going to give land away? Let's do it right now. So hopefully I brought that pen I was thinking about. Yeah. I'm going to tie this thing to a tree. I'm going to ask you guys a question. See if I can, well, I'm going to be looking right into the sun. Bear with me a second. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. Put my phone in the tree. I'm going to look right into the sun. Bright face. And okay, so 80-20 principle. We keep talking about this and talking about this and how it applies to all kinds of things, not just land, not just finance, not just farming, not just produce, but I bet you it's properties too, like finding the right property while it's a lot of sun. And yeah, so let's go back. Let's talk about Pareto and what was he growing in his garden. First person to say what Pareto was growing in his garden and measured. Hasn't won land before, doesn't work with me, for me in some regard. I'll give you some land. So I think I see it going by. And so we're going to go by the recorded version of this. It's showing up on my screen, not what's on your screen. If you did it and it shows up on your screen, that shows up on my screen. So Millie Mill, Milly, Mil. Let me pull it back up. Yeah, Millie, Mill. Millie Mill said P. So P, that's it. So Pareto was growing peas in Italy to come up with that principle. And the principle, someone else put the link by there to Wikipedia. It's a great way. Go study that thing. There's books. There's all kinds of business classes. You go pay for an MBA. You can pay for all kinds of things. It boils down to this simple principle. This principle, you can use it on just about anything. You can use it on time management. You can use it on, you name it. And just focus it on the best of the best and forget all the rest, or get rid of it, wipe it out, ignore it, walk away from it, and you get a lot more efficient. You can get a lot more done. You can make a lot more money. You can live a lot happier life. And just routing calls. Okay, so Millie Mill, thank you. Thanks for coming on, and see if I can keep up with the comments. If you would please send an email to my assistant, Gillian, Gilian, at ruralvacantland.com, and say, my username is Millie Mill, and today's date, I won a piece of free land from Luke on the live video, and I would like the land to be titled in. Title. So let's cover title. This is for anybody buying land. You've never bought land or hard assets before. This is the title. So the title is the name. And it doesn't have to be your name. I mean, it could be your name, but the problem with your name is you die someday and the land keeps going and it ends up going back to the state instead of your kids, your wife, your favorite charity, or wherever you want it to go. So, if you don't care about that, fine, put it in your name. But if you have a spouse or you have kids or you have someone you want that land to go to, think about the title. Like you could make a name that outlives you, whether it's a trust or a company, or you could have joint names. You could say, Bob and Sue, husband and wife, or whatever, joint tenants with rights of survivorship. Whoever lives longer keeps it. And then educate your spouse that if they're going to inherit some stuff from you and that kind of name, that they better like start changing into the kids' names, or they better do a trust. They better do something so it doesn't just end with them. It goes on to the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, or your church, or whatever kind of thing you believe in. And so that's a good thing about the title. And so then, um, yeah, Millie Mill. I've never won anything. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, just gonna have to be patient. I'm not super fast at getting the paperwork out there and processing it, but I'll get it through there. And then the address. So we need an address for the deed to go to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a property for you from most likely the state of Arkansas, and I bought hundreds or maybe over 1,000 properties from the state of Arkansas, and anybody can go buy properties from state of Arkansas. Um, what the specialty that I bring to the table is I've done it a bunch of times. I cut through a lot of the BS, and so the main strategy I use to buy them from the state of Arkansas is let's give away some land in Bonzo, Luke. I'll try. I mean, I got to do a lot of deals to be able to pay for that, but I want to head in that direction. Um, After 2 years, so let me start back where this land comes from. People buy the land, or somebody creates the land. They have a farm. They cut it up into a bunch of little pieces. They sell off the pieces for housing. Maybe they build roads. Maybe they build power lines. Maybe they don't. This stuff doesn't get built on. The people that bought them die or whatever, or yeah, probably a lot of them die and they stop paying the taxes. Their kids stop paying the taxes. No one cares about it anymore. They just stop paying the taxes. The tax might be 5, 10, $20 a year. They stop paying the taxes because they don't care. And the land goes back to the state. In Arkansas, the state takes it back instead of the county because the county doesn't want to look like the bad boy. And so the state takes them back, and they put them up for auction. They auction them, and sometimes people show up and they bid on them, and they take them. They cherry pick stuff. Not always. Just sometimes the market's so flooded they don't even dig through it. And it's Arkansas. So people don't even know how to look it up on the internet, right? It's just recently before you could really look up and find this stuff. Before there's even maps you get a hold of anyway. Most of it's like, where is it land? So the people don't bid on it because the taxes have piled up. And so the auction starts at however much the taxes are over the last 5, 10, 15 years of fees and everything else. And then um, nobody bids on it. Then it goes 2 years, no bids. Then you can make up the price. You can say whatever price you want, and you just make them an offer. So I started making offers like every price on the board, and I tested them. I took statistics of what offers they would accept and which ones they wouldn't, because it's the same people. They keep looking at the my offers, and started figuring out if I send them like a banker's box of offers, they want higher prices. If I send 5, 10, 20 offers a day, they take lower offers. And so now I just feed them in there a little bit at a time, and they take the lower offers. So I know exactly to the dollar how much they're going to accept or not because of my history of doing this. And so I send that to them, and they take that, and I get the land. And if we don't get the land, I try it again and try it again and again, maybe 2 or 3 times before I get your property. But it might go around in a circle a little bit till I get your property. And then if Arkansas doesn't work out, I'll get you property somewhere else, like Arizona or something. You can do the same thing in Arizona. It's a little more, it's a little different paperwork, county by county. But most of those counties have over-the-counter properties you can go buy, taxes. I like to buy them out by sending letters, send out mail, make cash offers, and people take my offers, and you get, I think, better quality properties usually. You could cherry pick the ones that accept your offer, and you don't have to just go through all the ones that people looked at in the state queue as much. Um, but that's what I'm doing. So, Millie Mill, name, address, contact information, like email. Well, you probably email in the request and phone number so I can get in touch with you in case something goes wrong. And that's it. I'll give you the property. So hopefully that's some education along with giving away some land, and you can do that in lots of places. And thank you. Thanks everybody. I think I got everything covered, and I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm gonna sign out. Talk to you guys again later.